What's good with y'all, man? I gotta give y'all this charting session video because I didn't trade today. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little irritated about that shit. I didn't even wake up to go to the gym. I woke up at like 12 o'clock today. Didn't trade, didn't go to the gym. Shit pissed me off, but it's just one day. It ain't gonna make or break none. But you gonna see why I'm mad about this shit in a second. I'm not mad, but you gonna see why I wish I would've woke up. I'm really only gonna show y'all ES. I'm gonna pull up NQ for one SMT that I seen that was beautiful, but as you can see here, we came back up into this 4-hour fair value gap. We filled that shit in pretty much completely. All right, so at 6 a.m., this is how the 6 a.m. candle closed. So then this was already 10 o'clock, but let's scale in a little bit. So you can see, actually this is gonna be easier to see on the 4-hour. So on Wednesday, we came down, swept out these lows and these lows over here, but we never took out this low. We actually respected this as a rejection block. Now, I think I've already explained rejection blocks in one of my live trading videos, but essentially what a rejection block is, sometimes price will respect a large wick like this right here, and it won't actually take liquidity. It will just use this as a support level. So that's really what a rejection block is. We were respecting the mean threshold, consequent encroachment. It's the same shit. The halfway point of this wick, which is represented by this line, and we started to push up. So we pushed up yesterday during PPI. I thought we were gonna sell off some more to these lows, but we pushed up. Actually, this right here, 51675, 516775. I'm pretty sure I wrote that down in my journal. Let me see. All right, right here. So this is my journal from yesterday. I ain't journal what happened today yet, but I will. This is me journaling today, but so this was Thursday, right before PPI. After CPI came, this is my pre-market analysis, by the way. I think we pushed down during PPI. It might just be a manipulation move and then a big push up, but we are definitely taking out the rest of these lows. 516775 on ES and 18,006.25 on NQ. So 5167.75 on ES. That's what I thought we were gonna take out yesterday. But we came down, what is that, like probably 3 or 4 points away from it. Yeah, 3.5 points away. And then we rejected. So we created relative equal lows coming into today. And off of that rejection, we came back up into OTE of this range right here. Came back up in between the 62% and 79% level. And we respected this area very well and started to sell back off. So coming into the day, we were already starting to sell off into New York Open, NYSE Open. So we came up into OTE, we chopped around a little bit. It looks like we almost tapped this order block on the 1 hour, but we didn't. We tapped into this inverse fair value gap though. We barely closed above mean threshold of that. And we were already in a higher time frame fair value gap. Of course, this shit is huge. And we started to push down. Let's scale in a little bit. Boom. So we came back up in the OTE, started to sell off. So this big sell-off on the higher time frame is telling me we're probably gonna take out these lows now. I already wanted to see it yesterday, but we didn't get it. We created relative equal lows, but now it's highly likely that this is where we're gonna go. Now you see we're in a strong downtrend on the 15 minute. We had this huge move down at 8:30, which I think was some type of news. Yeah, consumer sentiment. Oh, that was at 10 o'clock. Oh, so I might not have even taken this trade now that I see that. I forgot we had consumer sentiment at 10 o'clock. So this trade I'm about to show y'all, which was the only one I really thought about when I looked at the market this morning after I woke up, I might not have actually gotten into this. But regardless, we had this strong move down, right, at 8:30. Then right as market is starting to open, this red line is where market opened at 9:30. We were coming back up into this 15-minute fair value gap. Again, that dotted line is halfway in between, and we always want that to be respected. Now, sometimes price will come up and then come all the way up here and still sell off, but this is a good sign, this rejection right here. We also have this 15-minute breaker block right there that we came up into, and we didn't close above that either. So we're in a strong downtrend. I really want to see this low. Down here, we already came back up into OTE and started to sell off, so there's really no reason to go back higher. Now we scale into the 5-minute. You can see there are two fair value gaps right here. And if we take equilibrium of this range, oh, we actually hit OTE of this range right here. You see that? So that's even more confluence. Okay, now we're probably going to start to sell off. But I still need more confirmation. So, again, this is 9:30. We have news at 10 o'clock, though. And I didn't realize that. So I'm gonna go back a little bit. We tap into here. Again, the higher time frame breaker is this line right here. And I'm just waiting on the move down now. So we're already in a downtrend on the 15-minute and the 5-minute. Shit, even the 1 hour. My drawn liquidity is this low right here, 5167.75. I already established that earlier, but I'm gonna just say it again. We come back up into OTE of this small price range, and we get a rejection on the 5-minute. So this candle closed at 10 o'clock. No, this candle closed at 9:50. So scaling down. Again, I just want to see us start to sell off from this point. I really have everything I already need. Now, the only thing about this is we didn't really take out any liquidity, but we did come up above this high. So you could say that, but there's no highs over here or relative equal highs that we took out. That would have made the trade a lot more clear, I guess you could say. Regardless, remember that candle closed at 9:50, so we're watching and waiting. 9:50 hits right here. This is where it closed. This still isn't enough, but right here on the 5-minute, you can see we already had this rejection. This candle hasn't formed yet on the 1-minute. So we already see that this rejected down here, right? I hope you understand what I'm saying. Now we start to sell off and we shift structure below this low right here. And now I'm kind of open to taking trades, but there's no fair value gap. So honestly, I ain't gonna lie, right here, I probably would have been like, okay, let's take something off of this order block. But again, it's 9:52 and news comes out at 10. Okay, we get a fair value gap right there. Boom. And this is where I was looking. I was like, okay, I would have taken a trade right here. Now, in the moment, who knows if I would have been thinking this? I honestly 100% think I would have took a trade here. But at the same time, news coming out in 7 minutes, we could come all the way up into these highs. Like manipulate all the way up here and take out these highs one more time and then sell off. So I really don't know if I would have took anything right here. It probably would have been half size. And my stop would have been up here. Now, when I was looking at this earlier, I took mean threshold of this order block right there. And I said I would have put my stop above this high to give me a little bit more of a tighter risk. But knowing that news came out at 10, which is 5 minutes after this candle, I wouldn't have done that. So waiting for this 1 minute to get tapped into. Boom, we get tapped in right there. And we could have also waited for this breaker block. Because breakers get tapped into a lot, bro. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm sure if I went back in my journal, especially trading Forex, and I looked at the fair value gaps that I took a trade off of that got ran through, and then we continued down, it was probably because we came up to an order block or a breaker block. So I don't remember if we come all the way up here. I think we do. Oh yeah, my punishment for not waking up to trade today, because trading is number one. I don't care what I got going on. I need to trade I don't need to trade every single day, but I need to be observing the charts every single day. Unless it's CPI or PPI or NFP, then I don't really care if I look at the charts. So my punishment is I have to stay up all night and study ICT shit. Anyways, boom, we actually do tap into this breaker. So that would have been an even better entry, because I could have put this stop all the way up here. And now there's less risk for news, and I'm still getting the 1 to 3. But this is where I would have entered at with my stop right here. But we come back into that breaker, we respect it. I don't even think we close above this fair value gap either. Boom, news comes out. We get a strong move down with a big rejection. That might have scared me out, to be honest. I might have been like, shit, it's news. I'm not trying to fuck with this. But yeah, this would have been I hope I'm not all over the place. This would have been my target. I also want to note that this breaker block was at equilibrium of this range as well. So this would have actually been a perfect entry. Fuck the fair value gap. That would have been a perfect entry. So ideal entry would be right here. You could put your stop right here just to keep the risk tight. But with news coming out, I wouldn't even try that shit. I would keep it up here at least, and maybe even give it some more room after that. But news came out at 10. We had this big move down with the strong wick back up. Let's see what happens. We start to sell off. Now this could have been another re-entry. I don't know if we come back up into here, but oh yeah, we did come back up into here. This order block, you can see we closed down below this bullish move up. We come back up into it. That could have been a nice re-entry after you see the sell-off. So you have confirmation after news. Put your stop. I would probably put my stop above this inverse fair value gap right here. So if you missed the first trade, the first setup, or news was coming out and you didn't want to get in a minute before, you could take this instead. I would have to put my stop above this fair value gap. I'm not comfortable having it hella tight like down here. And then same target, that's still a 1 to 3. So multiple opportunities to get into this trade. We never even came back up to this candle's high, so. But we did end up taking this low. Yeah. That's about a 30-minute trade, pretty much. 2 opportunities to get in. This is the first one for a 1 to 3.4. But it's a little bit more risky because news comes out a minute after you get tapped into the trade. And then the second one would have been this order block right here. We also had this fair value gap, but we never tapped into that. Honestly, when we already start our run, like we already started to sell off, and this was really the first entry right here. So after we see this, you really just want to get in at the closest PD array to price, which would be this order block. I wouldn't have put it up here in this fair value gap, because once we start to sell off for real and you already had that first setup, it's likely that we just continue down with less retracements. So again, this would have been the second trade. Tap into this order block right here and put your stop. You could even put your stop up here above this candle. That's still a 1 to 2, which isn't bad, above this one. But I personally would have put it up above this candle where the inverse was. or maybe right at the top of it. I don't know, but either way, that's still a 1 to 2.9. So that's still a great trade. If I took it up here, if I took my entry up here, I would only have one contract on, simply because of news. But if I took it down here, I would have put in 2 contracts. And if you watch and see, we came all the way down to this sell side level down here. And I forgot to show y'all the SMT too. So I'm about to show y'all that after you see us hit this. You could have just took half off right here or 75% off right here and let the rest run to the runner. Since this was already a 1 to 3, that would have been cool. Catch you a 1 to 3 and a 1 to 8. So this was a nice little day, man. Those were really the only 2 trades that I saw. Once this low gets taken, I'm not taking any trades for the rest of the day. And it got taken at what? 12:35. Yeah, there's no reason to trade after that. This was the objective of the day. We took it, and it's lunchtime now. No, I'm good. But let's see if there was anything after that. No, it looks like we just chopped. Yeah. Wasn't really shit after that. I know there's some people out there that could have taken the trade out here too, though, and made some money, but I'm not one of them niggas. I like taking the highest probability setup, the biggest move, and take a small piece of the biggest move of the day, and then be done, because that's just where I find the most success. I don't like trading shit like this. But yeah, man, that's really all I got for today. Just wanted to show y'all those setups. I know sometimes when I be explaining shit, I'll be all over the place, but just bear with me, man. I'm gonna get better at that shit. I hope y'all found this entertaining. Let me show y'all the SMT real quick. And this formed before the day even started, so this would have been a big confluence for me as well. So this was during Thursday, before Friday even started. Let me go back. So as you can see, we came back into OTE of this range, and on NQ, we took out this high. So look at ES real quick right now. Go ahead, look at ES. You see where my cursor's on? Boom. Took out the high on NQ. On ES, we came nowhere near it. We didn't even come into the wicks. So that's a huge confluence going into the day, especially since I thought this would get taken yesterday. We're already in OTE of this range. Yeah, it was pretty much a done deal. And if we take equilibrium of this range, we came back in the equilibrium of the big ass range as well. So there was no reason for us to go higher in this situation. Respected the 4 hour. It was very clear today. Like, we were already starting to sell off. We already held this area. You feel me? And that's why I'm pretty irritated, bro. Cause it was so clear today. And I know I would have been up 2 trades, 2 wins, 1 loss this week. I would have been stupid profitable. I probably would have made 30% this week alone. And I probably would have been up about 30% because I was pretty much break even before this week. I would have been up like 30% on the month. Now I am trading with a $500 account, so that's not a lot of money, like $200. But yeah, I'm pretty irritated that I didn't wake up because I really fucked myself over. This week had a lot of good opportunity, even though CPI and CPI week was shit. Yesterday had a couple of trades in there too, I think. I don't think I would have traded yesterday, though. I don't trade on CPI and PPI days, but this whole week, No News Monday had a beautiful setup. Wait, I lost on Monday, but it did have a beautiful setup after I took my loss and got off the charts. Tuesday had that A+ setup that we saw right up in here. No, somewhere in here. It was A+ to me, but we didn't actually even move that down that much. We moved down way more today. And yeah, man, I'm just waiting for next week to start so I can get back on the charts. Y'all don't understand how irritated I am that I didn't see this shit, bro. That I didn't wake up in time. I just feel like I'm neglecting my goals. Like, how the fuck did I not wake up? I'm okay with missing the gym in the morning because I can go any other time of the day. I can go after work. I don't like doing that shit, but I can. But if I miss the 9:30 to 11:30 window to trade, I just have to wait till the next day. And it could have been the perfect setup that I wouldn't get for another 2 or 3 weeks. And I just missed it because I was asleep. That shit pisses me off. But it's all good. We got news on Monday, so I'm probably going to trade full size. That's going to help us a lot. I hate no news Mondays, man. Powell speaks on Tuesday. I'm probably still going to trade because Powell don't affect the markets as much as I thought he did. I used to never trade if Powell was speaking, but I'm probably going to trade anyways. Maybe I'll do half size. Wednesday ain't shit. Thursday ain't shit. And Friday ain't shit. So it's looking like a great week. Next week is going to be a great week. And same for the end of the month. So I think we're going to get a lot of good opportunities the rest of the month. I think April's going to be a good month for me. I'm only up 2%. But that's not too bad for a nigga that only won twice and lost 4 times. So, man, bro. I wish I would have traded today, bro. That shit would have... Bro, I would have been up so many fucking setups, bro. I would have been up stupid setups. Like, I could have lost 4 or 5 trades in a row and still been up if I would have won today. But it is what it is. Can't change the past. Just got to change how you move in the future. So, yeah, I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. I hope y'all enjoyed this shit. Y'all be safe.